Praise the Lord, children of the Most High God. You know, while we're in quarantine, we need to sit down and spend time with ourselves. I know we spend time with family, but you need private one-on-one time. Make a chart. Plan better life than what you had before quarantine. Make sure you're taking care of your health where you can have a quality of life, quality of mental health, quality of physical health, as well as spiritual health. Make a chart where it shows years down the line, 2035. How old will you be? What do you plan on doing 2035? You know, without a plan, people perish. So I want to encourage you to know that this is not going to stay this way all the time. Change your diet if you have health issues. Make an exercise plan for yourself. Daniel chapter 1 talks about how Daniel was in captivity and he couldn't eat the food that they were serving. The food that he was used to eating was vegetables and water. And when he gave this plan to his captives and told them to check out his diet to see if it works for them. And they tried it with their soldiers for 10 days and they saw results. And Daniel was able to eat his food while he was in captivity. Take a look at Daniel chapter 1. But what I want to show you today is Matthew's chapter 24. Matthew's chapter 24 tells us of a rough time like we're having now. And when I read chapter 24, verse 5, it says, "And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you." This is a time for us to really get to know God for ourselves. You know, when I'm in church or when I sit down with God's children in fellowship, what I bear witness with is what I digest in my spirit. I can't eat everything. It's things that are said that my spirit bears witness with it, whether I've heard it before or whether it's brand new to my spirit. It says, that's yours. It has a way of saying, that's yours, eat that. That's how we have to be these last days. We have to know God for ourselves. So when we hear others, we'll know that's mine, that's not mine. And we can grow into the image that God have created us to be. When you look at that same chapter, Matthew's 24, and you read the 11th verse, he said, "And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many." There's going to be many voices out here in these days saying things spiritually, but are they yours? So take this time to really open your spiritual ears and your understanding, where when you hear what's yours and what you need to digest, you recognize it. These are times where God have allowed us to be inside is not to gain weight or watch TV shows, but use this time wisely. You can do all of that, but make sure you give God some of that time. When you look at Matthew's 25, it talks about the foolish and the wise virgins. There was 10 versions that it speaks of. 5 of them was wise, 5 of them was foolish. They all had lamps. They all were supposed to put oil in those lamps where they can see. But at the time where it was time to use those lamps, the foolish versions didn't have oil in their lamps, and they asked for the oil of the wise that had oil in their lamps. And as we know the story, the wise couldn't give them of their oil. He said they only had enough for themselves. But go and find your oil and buy your oil. And while the foolish virgins went to buy their oil, the doors was open to the wedding. The wise virgins went in and the doors was shut. When the foolish virgins came back, they missed it because they wasn't prepared. So Matthew's chapter 25 tells you to be prepared. Be prepared. You know you better than anybody. God and you is to walk together. What I say is to bear witness with what you know already or what your spirit have touched you to eat and to hear. So I encourage the children of God to get stronger in God in these times where you can know the voice of God, where you can know that you know that you know if he come for you today, you will be ready. Be encouraged. Keep me in prayer. I'm going to keep you in prayer and stay strong and stay full of God in these dark days that we're experiencing. And remember, I love you with the love of the Lord.